At noon on Tuesday, July 15th, the Historic Preservation meeting is called to order. And all of us are in attendance, including our virtual attendee. Thank you. I'm proud to say that we have a new board member, John Akers. And most of you know him and know his reputation in historic preservation. But John, what else do you want to tell?
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. I was on the member of the Preservation Board 2013 to 2019. Currently, I work as the site manager for the Eisenhower Birthplace and Sam Rayburn House, birthplace obviously in Denison. And thank you for the invitation to return.
Glad you're here. Do we have any public comments? There is one item for individual consideration on the agenda. Oh, yes, we need some minutes up in here. You know, it seems like it was only about 6 minutes, right? Wasn't it? Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting, July 1?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes from the Historic Preservation Board meeting held July 1st, 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, items for individual
I'm sorry, I apologize. Board member Chakowski, if you were going to vote, you can either say aye or raise your hand, either way.
Thank you very much. I will abstain since I was not there for
Okay,
that would be.
okay, all right, thank you.
We welcome you back, even virtually. We've missed you.
Thank you. I missed it also. I hope to be there for the next meeting.
Perfect, perfect. Items for individual, we've done the minutes. Items for individual consideration. There's one item on the agenda.
Yes, thank you. Receive a report, hold a discussion, and take action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for front facade improvements in the addition of a rear deck and landscaping at 409 West Main Street, case number 2025-033H. This request came in several weeks ago. It was not totally completed, so it's a little behind in the case numbers. If you pay attention to that, that's why. The request is for the building that has Vasquez Mexican food restaurant in it, and it also has a barber shop on one of the commercial storefronts, but the request is for the entire front facade. They are asking that they be allowed to paint the front facade. The primary color would be alabaster. It's a Sherwin-Williams color. And the accent color would be noir black. The current facade, as you can see up there, is red and green, and the red awning would be staying. The doors would be staying, the windows will remain, everything else will stay intact. The applicant is also requesting to add a deck to the rear unimproved area behind Vasquez. So that is the left-hand side of the area that Sam is pointing to. The walkway will remain, and then they will add some landscaping as well between the walkway and the decking. They did not indicate material, whether it's wood or truck material or the color of that decking in their application. This building was constructed as a commercial structure in 1884. One source listed it as a one-story, and another cited it as a two-story structure. You will note that the building is considered non-contributing at this point in time due to some of the facade alterations. However, back in 1983 and 2013, when the National Register and the first Historic Resources Survey was completed, that it was contributing. So those alterations, I believe, are reversible to some degree, depending on which is accurate for the height of the structure. With that, I am happy to answer any questions. Staff does recommend approval, and the applicant is not present.
So Mary, they're not gonna deck the other side of the sidewalk? It's just
No,
gonna be one?
the application only says that one side.
And
And
is the purpose for that to avoid landscaping? Is that why they're doing it?
No, I think it's just to have like a patio, a different seating area out back. We've had a lot of requests for something similar where either they put paver stones back there, where they can add a grill if that's permissible and things like that. So I think it's just to improve the visual aspect, but also to provide seating.
Mary,
Yes.
is it okay if I?
Oh, sure. Can
I
you
worked
state your?
with the gentleman on the application, and so since this has been posted, he's come back and he's not sure if he wants to do wood or he was thinking bricks, but it's only on that side because the barber shop is on the other side, so it's only that half. But that's all I had. He may want to do bricks, and so
I think I would prefer to see pavers there, brick there, rather than the,
for maintenance, I
Maintenance,
think
yeah.
I would too, but
I think, yeah, visually, I think it's probably more, it'll just be a little more seamless from the alleyway.
Do you know the details of the front facade paint? Is the trim going to be painted as well, the doors and the window
Yeah,
trim?
everything they indicated, the trim would be painted in black, that accent color.
Oh, okay.
and that alabaster, I'm sorry, it probably wasn't pointed out, but it's a white
It
to
is.
me if I look at it. It's a
Yes.
white, and the back door already has the alabaster paint on it, if that makes any difference for a gauge of what it looks like.
So I noted in the staff report that alabaster is a super common white, right, in interior. And so it's a combination of the shades that were in the color palette. So I think I was gonna say cozy white. There were two others, wispy white and snowed in, that it kind of falls within that range. So I think it's an appropriate color.
I don't know that I object to the color at all, but I'm kind of concerned that we have an approved palette of colors. And if it's going to be approved, should we put it on that palette so that it's available?
That's been a conversation in the manufacturers. That one was done by Valspar, and so, I mean, we have to allow for different manufacturers to have, so it fits in with the pigment may be like a shade one way or the other, but
Yeah.
it's just because it's the Sherwin-Williams brand. And I would say that those colors are approved color palette, but they're recommendations more so.
Recommended is the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know if it's appropriate to ask or not under here, but has DDA, for instance, the awning? I'm just thinking of this fresh, beautiful building, and the awning's just a little worn. One way or the other, it was just really a question of curiosity. Would that facade contribution come into play here?
They could apply for it,
Okay.
but that hasn't been.
Yeah, no, I know it has nothing to do with us. I just was curious as to whether that was underway as we approved the facade. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yes, it's a little faded, right? It might pick it up a little bit, but I do not ask questions pertaining to someone's financial situation, and so I'm guessing that's what's going on with this one. It may need, maybe they'll come back and do that later.
Sure. Thank you.
And in those situations, as Ms. Bourne mentions, owners or renters are informed of the fact that there is the potential of a facade grant and how they would go through
Yeah,
that procedure.
Donna and her team
Is
have
that,
those
Donna,
conversations.
does that routinely happen if a building might be one that would genuinely, successfully apply for a facade grant? And we've expanded that to the back alleys, so he couldn't get it on both sides, though, right? Probably not.
Well, he would be eligible for one on both sides, but it's different grants. And so because his request was only for the back entry and then painting the front, which I assume he's going to do himself, we didn't address the awning or the grant. We could have a conversation with him about it, but I think he's probably doing that later. Because it spans two businesses and he's not the owner of the building.
Thank you, thank you. Any more comments, questions, concerns?
Nope.
Call the question. All in favor of granting this?
I'm,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Are you asking for a motion?
Yeah.
Yes.
I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness for front facade improvements in the addition of the rear deck and landscaping at 409 West Main Street, case 2025-033H.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is approved. Staff updates?
Yes, we had several administrative approvals. They were for 323 West Main, was for the parking at Emily's Kitchen. Also, Chop House had asked for rear parking signs, so those two were approved administratively. 317 West Main was signage for the building that is not yet constructed, but they already have their signage approval for Jersey Mike's sandwich shop.
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
Why in my head did I see Jersey Mike's? Okay, well, please forgive me, wrong one. And then Leap and Littles, which was down at 210, has moved to 501 510 West Main. And so it's the same exact sign, but they did come through for approval again, just to have it moved down there. We will have a staff update from Fire Marshal Owens at some point. He asked to speak to you all about a decal that they would like to put on every door that has residential lofts up above, so that the firemen know that there's someone living there should there be an emergency. So he will come back and present that to you all on what the design looks like and the color and placement and things like that. We've had some discussions about it, so that is in the works. The sign ordinance is scheduled to go to City Council on August the 21st. That's the second meeting in August, and so the HP ordinance will also be a companion item to that as well. So I'll bring that to you all prior, just to make sure that you're good with it. And then it doesn't require a vote by all of you, the section on signage for the downtown and things like that, but just so you're aware. And that's all I have.
Thank you. The meeting is adjourned at 12:13.